In a world like today, it's a rare occasion to be able to see young mothers like the ones that were around when I grew up. But they live on in memory to quite a few of us. And this song is dedicated to those who cherish that memory. Early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. There was no time to eat. She said to me, boy, hurry to Sunday school, filled with a Lord of glory. We learned the holy story. She'll always have her dreams, despite the things this troubled world can bring. Oh, say, don't you know we love you, sweet Sadie? Place no one above you, sweet Sadie. Well, living in the past. Sometimes it seems so funny, no money will turn your life around. Sweeter than cotton candy, stronger than Papa's old brandy. Always that needed smile. Once in a while, she would break down and cry. Sometimes she'd be so happy, being with us and Daddy, standing the worst of times, breaking the binds with just a simple song. Oh, Sadie Mae, don't you know still loving us all in your special way. Well, there's no one above you, sweet Sadie, living in the past. Oh, she's never sinning. In love, she's always winning. Yeah. My. They love my song. Oh Lord, I'm all alone. I miss her so long. Well, don't you know we love you? I love you, Mama. Place no one above you. Say, let me just try one more time and say and though we were very poor, she tried to love us that much more. Sadie, no one above the premier of ladies. Oh, sometimes I feel so alone, but I know that I gotta go on. It's what she wanted from me. I know it's gonna be hard sometimes. No one above you, sweet. Oh, Sadie. So
be just a foolish dreamer, but I don't care, 'cause I know my happiness is waiting out there somewhere. I'm searching for that silver lining, horizons that I've never seen. Oh, I'd like to take just a moment and dream my dream. Oh, dream my dream. Whoa. Can be what they wanna be. Oh, I like to greet the sun each morning and walk amongst the stars at night. I'd like to know the taste of honey in my life. In my life, well, I've shared so many pains, and I've played so many games. Oh, but everyone finds the right way, somehow, somewhere, someday. And clear, and I found the love that I long to see. I may be just a foolish dreamer, but I don't care, 'cause I know my happiness is waiting out there somewhere. I'm searching for that silver lining, horizons that I've never seen. Oh, I'd like to take just a moment and dream my dream. Oh, dream my dream. Whoa.
If you don't know how I feel for you, it's time I let all feelings show. I love you and I'll never let you go, no, baby. Right now, we're just friends, but I pray someday you'll surrender to love so tender. I won't push you as long as you know that my love is true. Get closer to you, baby. Hey, closer than just friends. I want to get closer to you, baby. Yeah, closer than just friends. How about you? How about you? It's hard to explain when you're close to me. I get a warm sensation inside. I can't deny this. I want to try it each and every time you come by. Girl, I don't wanna lose your love by putting my cards on the table. You know I'm thankful for what we have, but I have feelings inside. They're so strong I can't hide. Get closer to you, baby. I want to get closer than just friends. Get closer to you, baby. Yeah, closer than just friends. How about you?
I know you're probably thinking that you heard this so many times before. But girl, when you're here, I want you to stay. And when you're gone, I want you even more every day.
Girl, I don't wanna lose your love by putting my cards on the table. You know I'm thankful for what we have, but I have feelings inside. They're so strong I can't hide. No, baby, they're so strong I can't hide. How about you get closer, baby? Closer than just If you don't know how I feel for
Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another podcast. I'm your host, Ramon Williams Sr., and platform for the podcast is called Bridging the Gap for Black Men and Black Women.
And if it came in a sack, no stems, no seeds in the back. And if it dripped from my wrist and it looked like it shined like
Relationships
blue
versus
there.
companionship.
But
So if you'd like to be a part,
I forgot to be a love.
I'm gonna put the link at the bottom of the page, and you just go there, and I'll, or you can send me an email at Ramont, Ramont, E as in Edward, Williams, no, Ramont E. Wesley, Wesley, at gmail.com, and I'll send you an invite, or you can go here to what's across the bottom of the screen. So if you'd like to join us, that's what you do. Any of you that like to make comments, you're more than welcome. Please try to be mindful, be respectful, read them out across the screen. Okay, so let's get this thing going. Relationships versus companionship. I had a friend of mine send me a, let's see where it is. She sent me this, and I felt it would be a very interesting topic. So, I decided to use it. Excuse me. Well, let's talk about companionship and what it means. Okay. Let's see, where is this at? You know, it always seemed like when I'm looking for something, I can't never find it. But one more place. Teresa. Anyhow, let me go to Facebook. Let's see if we're online. I don't have mine on. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this up here right now. Okay, let's talk about companionships versus relationships. What's the difference between companionship and relationship? Well, companionship often looks like a desire to spend time together, someone to go on adventures, to new places with loyalty, someone to hang out with and meet others, someone always up for some fun, someone to provide comfort and a listening ear, and ultimately unconditional love. A companion is, and I emphasize, a dog. So that's the definition of companionship, okay? So let's go to relationship. Relationship requires all of the above and then some. A healthy relationship has shared values, parallel goals, and mutual support. Relationship brings with it a reliability. Ultimately, it is a well-oiled machine that runs on love and whole lot of communication. Which brings me to this point. A lot of women today, they say they want relationships, but they actually want companionships. They want to be somewhat limited ties to men without any strings attached. And we live in a world now where you can pretty much do and say what you want, and no one really frowns upon it because the moral fiber of this society has deteriorated tremendously. So, um, companionship. Companionship is good, if if that's what you really want. But if you want a relationship, I think it's wise to note that up front, as opposed to hiding behind that um, disguise of wanting a relationship when actually you're not willing to commit. A lot of you women are so scarred uh, because of the bad and poor decisions you made that a lot of you will die alone, or with your companion, Snoopy, Fluffy, um, Lucky, whoever your furry friend may be. Sad to say, but it's the truth. It's a reality, So, relationships to me is when a person is looking for a commitment to be monogamous and have that bond with the other person where they can build, and it's about those two as a team. But do most people want relationships? I don't think so. When you look at the statistics, divorces, separations, and the abuse that goes on in relationships, people have just come to the conclusion that relationships are not even worth the time or effort. Both men and women. So they have their little screw partners, or friends with benefits, if you will, and that's what they live their life based upon. Just companionship, because they don't want to make the commitment to a relationship because of the requirements that go with it. So call us, tap in. Let's get those likes up. Let's get the responses up. We need this. Let me turn on the screen because it got kind of warm in here. So I have a lot of listeners out there that choose not to participate, and that's fine and dandy. But again, we're talking about relationship versus companionship. So what do you think you truly desire? Do you desire to have a companion with no strings attached, or would you rather be in a monogamous relationship that's committed to one person? So that's the question here today. And so send me your comments. Tell me what you think. Let me put this comment box up. So whenever y'all tap in, I can see your comments and I'll respond to them. I see there's one viewer on now. So send me your comments and let me know what you think about this relationship versus companionship. Because here's the sad reality. I did a PSA today, and the reason I did the PSA today, I know a lot of people didn't respond to it because they felt I was somewhat disturbed or perturbed, and I was. Normally I don't vent like that, but it was just one of those days. I get emails and texts in my inbox all the time about, why don't I talk about this? Why don't I say this? What about men? I am a man, and I don't have no characteristic traits of a female. But some of the things that you ask me to do, it's just very unreasonable. So if you want to talk, Send your comments. If you don't want to be on the air, that's fine. Send me your email, send me a number, and we can talk offline. Because it's very important that I get your input and create a dialogue with you. But what I won't do is you keep sending me these messages as though I'm saying or doing something wrong. I'm not on here to hype no one up. I'm not on here to pump no gender up. This platform was designed to talk about the disparities between Black men and Black women, particularly. No offense to other races, but we're dealing with a cultural issue here. So you're more than welcome to participate, but the platform is about Blacks, okay? So with that being said, and I'm not talking about you women that have children by Black men or are married to Black men. I welcome, all your input, but again, this platform is about Black men and Black women. So back to my point at hand. It's very frustrating when I get these comments because basically, I think a lot of you women are so out of touch with reality. You're so caught up in this feminist BS, this title, modern day woman, being independent, that you forgot the basics of how to be a woman. I really do believe that, because there's no reason for a man and woman to meet, and then before they can even develop anything, here come the indirect assault, here come all the ultimatums, and most men don't want to deal with that, and I'm particularly one of those men. If there's a spiritual bond, then let that manifest, and we move from there. But to come in and say, this is what a man must do to have your time or have a portion of your time, is ridiculous. Because a lot of you women that make these demands and requirements, you don't bring nothing to the table. And most men today, educated men, Black men, good jobs, have their own homes, their own vehicles, good jobs, they don't look at what women have. Women have used this as their nucleus, but it's really becoming their Achilles heel. When they get to a certain status in life, they start to demean and devalue men. And you shouldn't do that, because here's a simple reality. And I'm gonna give you an example. If I'm in a relationship with a woman and she says going to college and I've been doing everything, keeping the family together, and then she secures a job where her salary is like 2 times mine. So why would you put yourself in an independent status when we're in a relationship as a team? It's not about independence. There's no independence, no I or me in team. If we're in a relationship, what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours. We come together for a common purpose and we move forward on that purpose. But it's not about, well, I need a man that makes 6 figures, because that's unrealistic. Just because you secure a job or a career, whatever you want to title it as, that doesn't make you better than the man that you were with. And as most people have said on these podcasts, 70 to 80% of the divorces are filed by women. So once you women, it's almost like you're fake. You get into relationships and you sit back and you plot. You come in with ulterior motives. Okay, I'm gonna have a baby or two, because I already got my future lined out. And as soon as I obtain the things that I need, I'm gonna kick this dude to the curb. And it seems like that's how most of the stories play out. It's not us brothers that's leaving the relationships. Yeah, granted, a lot do, but the majority of relationships are dissolved by women. Particularly you black women. So you don't want to be in a relationship. So why not start off saying, okay, let's just be companions. Let's just be fuck partners, or friends with benefits, whatever you want to call it. Okay. But a relationship I'm not interested in because I'm scarred. I still have a lot of tainted and bad memories of my previous relationships, and I just couldn't come in this and give you what you want. But usually when these friendships evolve to relationships, um, the women come in telling you what they don't want and what they want. And you're not giving a man a fair shake. You're not, because you already have us stereotyped in a box thinking that all we want is sex. Sex is a part of life. You're not a virgin, and then a lot of you are nowhere near being a virgin. If the truth be told, but it's neither here nor there. I'm not here to condemn anybody about their sexual acts or their sexual preferences. But what I'm here to say is simply this: is that life is simple. We make it complicated because we overthink things. We bring all this garbage in, the ideologies, the experiences that we had, the perspectives that we had, and then when we try to put all this into the equation, it never balances out right. And if we would just sit back and act what we claim we are, adults, then probably 99% of the things that we go through in life can easily be resolved. But we live in a world, again, where we embrace all this garbage that's pumped through the TVs and media and social media, that we actually believe the hype. See, these people, the people that own these outlets, are very, very wealthy people. Predominantly, they're Caucasians or a different ethnic background, not blacks. Okay, Oprah Winfrey is the exception to that rule, but I don't think she's doing too much to help our people either. We don't live in Africa. So with that being said, you come into these friendships with the pretense that they're going to lead to a relationship. So you come in deceptive, like your foremother, Eve, in the Garden of Eden. Okay? You come in with all these opinions. And I've sat back and I've watched podcasts after podcasts from different platforms, women talking. Probably 90% of the women, and I'm talking about women across the board, that's educated, corporate America, you name it. You don't articulate very well. You can't really express yourself, and your whole thing is your opinion. We're not looking for women with opinions. We're not. We're looking for women that's feminine, compassionate, kind, understanding. I'm not going to even throw the word submissive in here because I think we're past that point in our time in life. Okay. But we want a woman to be a woman, to play her role, be strong, be assertive. Okay. Have your opinion when it's needed, but not your whole purpose in life is your opinion. Then you take that opinion as a sword. And then every time you encounter a conversation with your man, you want to fight. I got my opinion. I got a college degree. I'm an executive in the corporate world. None of that means anything to a man. It only means something to a man that doesn't have anything, that's riding on your coattail to get by. But real men that have their own stuff, we're not looking at none of that. It doesn't mean anything. Can you come into this relationship and be productive? Can you be cooperative? Can you communicate effectively? without all the emotion and the drama involved? Can you do that? Most women would probably say yes, but realistically, it's no. But men are the dogs. Let you tell it. Men lie too much. Let you tell it. Men are not committed. They cheat and they're just disgusting. Let you tell it. But women outnumber men 7-1. And with the perspectives that women embrace today, want to be boss bees, divas, and you name it, all these terminologies that you have, you do what men, that's impossible for men to do. A lot of you women get these jobs so you can fly to all these different states, different countries, so you can keep all your indiscretions under wrap. See, but it doesn't matter where you go and how much you hide and what's not told. If you're a hoe, you're a hoe. It's just that simple. Just like you say men are hoes. Well, I don't think men created that terminology. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful to no woman by any means. What I'm saying is we both have the power to call names. But I'm talking about resolve, not talking about name calling, not talking about comparison. Because a lot of you women actually think that your vagina is bigger than most men's penis. Because that masculine energy that you personify is just, man, it's at times it's overwhelming. And we know many people have talked about this, women, you're feminine, you're soft, you're delicate, you're dainty, and all these other delicate words that go with the characteristics of a woman. There's no woman stronger than a man. And there's only a few things that women can do that men can't do. And that's birth a child, for one. Might be some other little minor things, but we created this world that you live in that gave you the opportunity to have rights to vote and be in the corporate world and own businesses and now have this opinion that you have and to become independent. And you don't even give us respect for that. At times I find myself very reluctant to even approach women because, relationship are the foundation that governs our society, or it used to be. It was a traditional linkage, if you will. Now it doesn't exist. Hardly. Everybody wants to be a companion, a friend. But it's sad when you see a beautiful woman that, her body may be saying one thing, and she may not even be that type of woman. But it's hard to discern the good girls from the bad girls because y'all dress the same. Same hair, same eyelashes, same nail styles, just different colors, same butts. It's ridiculous. I'm all for a woman enhancing herself, but I'm talking about, if you just wanted to put a title on it, I would call it Frankenstein, transformation, because I know I've never had a woman like that, but I couldn't even imagine going to sleep and waking up and you done took off your wig and your eyelashes and all this stuff. Couldn't even imagine. So I think with that being said, we need to get away from this companionship and get back to relationships. You know, the world would be a far more greater place if we had more relationships than companionships. Because the relationships give us foundation. Companionship just gives us ability to run amok recklessly and just do whatever comes up. If it tingles, we find somebody to scratch it. It's that simple. You know, and it's kind of funny, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to make it a habit of talking about my personal life on this podcast, but some of the women that I talk to, they don't get it. They bring absolutely nothing to the table other than their worldly possessions. Nothing. But they come with a lot of demands. I don't mean requests, I mean demands. They come with demands. You have to do. No alternatives. You have to do this as a man to be with me. Well, here's a sad reality, sister. I choose to opt out because I already know beforehand, because I have that spiritual discernment. It's not going to get better. There's not going to be any pleasure or peace, just chaos and confusion. Because you done already started off making demands like you're running something. So it's never going to work. It's never going to work, you know. So I was watching, and I need you to tell me what you think. I was watching another podcast last night, probably at about 3:30 this morning. Watched a lot of episodes of it because I'm trying to amass information to make this podcast more presentable and more alluring, where more people want to tune into it. Okay, I'm not going to stop broadcasting because we just don't have a lot of big followers. Most people that's famous on these podcasts didn't start off that way either, unless they were already famous and popular before they started. So we're going to keep the thing going, but what I want to do is, since my podcast is based on relationships, I want to do kind of like a meet and greet on this podcast. So with that being said, you women out there that claim that you're single and you want to meet men, we're going to structure this where you can come on live, and we will have men that come on and, you know, pretty much try to get at you, you know, and if it's successful, we'll use the terminology where you can say, okay, I'm with that. And then we'll take you off the air and that guy, and then you can, you know, dialogue on your own. But if not, we'll come up with a terminology where you can say like cut. And that means that dialogue ends, and then we move on to the next. Like some of these other podcasts, they go on for hours. You know, they had a lady on there, and I don't know what this lady ethnicity was, but most of the guys that came on were Black. And I just watched her. I watched her body language. She was not interested at all, no matter how they talk. But here's the thing that I got with you guys out here. I think most of you looking at these podcasts, because I don't think it's no different in the streets unless you're trying to impress your partners or your friends or your homies. You guys cannot talk. You cannot articulate the things that you say and the body language that you express to women. Women with class are not even turned on by it. They're not. And when I sit and look at these podcasts, particularly this relationship one, and how these guys can't even express to a woman, hey, what are your interests? What do you desire to do? What makes you happy? What makes you smile? Things, simple, basic things that men should know about women. They don't have a clue. They come on these shows and come up with these, idiotic ideas to try to get women to stand up, do things like that. Come on, man. We're way past that. It's almost 2024. You guys have what you would call Mac. You have none of that. None. You guys cannot hold a conversation. I think the only reason that a lot of you have these women that get pregnant or that's impressed by you is because you get them high. But as far as articulating, it's sad, man. I sat up for hours and watched it, and I couldn't do nothing but laugh. You dudes can't hold conversations. You have absolutely nothing interesting to say or talk about. And you don't even know the right questions to ask. So how do you think a woman is going to be attracted to you? Because most women claim they want men that's intellectually inclined, that's educated, even when they're not. And even most of the ones that have the degrees, the bachelors, the masters, PhDs, they're not as smart as their academics would profess them to be. I've met a lot of women. I've talked to women from all around the world, seriously. And I met some women that don't even have a lot of education that can hold a conversation that have you tuned into her every word. And you're like, wow, I'm really impressed. This woman can talk. And I don't mean talk. I mean she can communicate. Where a lot of you women bank on your looks, because oftentimes men, when you date men, they're looking on their phone or they're constantly looking around the table like this, trying to look at your butts. And so you formulated this idea that most men think like that. And we don't. Do we love sex? Of course we do. Because I've always said, if God created anything better than sex, he kept it for himself. And that's just a reality. But sex doesn't make the world go round. There's so many other elements and aspects of life that supersede sex, but people don't want to incorporate that in their lives. We live in a society where people think their opinion is valued because it's their opinion. And most of your opinions are so idiotic and ignorant, it's not even funny. And the only people that give you accolades are the people that's idiots like you. Because most people of intelligence don't even want to associate with things like that. Prime example, when I'm at work, there's conversations that I hear, and then even when I try to give my input intellectually, these people, oh man, I'm talking about, I don't want to call you dumb, but I got to call a duck if it walk and quack like a duck. It is what it is. Some of the stuff that come out your mouth, I see why this world is the way it is. And I'm not here proclaiming that I'm the smartest man in the world, by no means. But I'm just one of those men that use a lot of common sense. And we have to be able to distinguish what we truly want. Do we want a relationship, ladies? Do you want a relationship? If you truly want a relationship, you got to start making sacrifices. And I'm not talking about giving up your ass or your pudding, okay? Meaningful relationship have to be based on compromise and understanding, not your opinion, not your demands. Or keep going to get these little funny looking dogs that y'all get as companions. Let them lick your feet. You get walking them out on leashes all times of the morning. So you ain't got to get a man up at 5 and walk him out. See, you won't play your role and do your womanly duties as a woman when it comes to a man, but you'll show all this exuded compassion and affection towards a pet. And it's so sad to me how animals get more love than men that created this world that we live in, civilized it through blood and sacrifices. Men are simple. We ask for simple things. I know some men try to pretend to be so technical, but they're not. We operate, most of us, on the same premises. Men, I'm talking about men, not talking about males. Guys, because they, you may have a penis down to your knees, you may have a beard, and hey, if women think that makes you a man because you're a sexual predator in the bedroom, that's the reason they have all these problems. That's the reason so many of them are so bitter and disattached from reality. So many men on these podcasts use delusion. I think a lot of you women are delusional. But I know women that get in relationships and they get these men that society has deemed as betas or simps. And because they make the money, they move these guys in their houses and they have the careers that they parade these men around like, oh, that's my husband. I love him so much. He's this and that. But in reality, you don't. You don't even respect the man because he's like a puppet on a string. And that's what society have designed you women to be, is puppeteers. At least that's what you think you are. And a lot of men play those roles, but then a lot of men won't. I'm one of those men that won't. A balanced relationship is what good men seek. Not a competitive relationship. Most good men don't seek relationships to be in competition with their woman. They want to come in, and do what they have to do: provide, protect, give comfort, inspiration, encouragement. That's what most real men do. But then you get these guys that play that role as though they're real men, and I know this is what a lot of you text me about: the men that lie. But you have to be able to see through that. But please, whatever you do not listen to Steve Harvey. I'm not on here to slander Steve Harvey by no means. But that's one person you really shouldn't be taking advice from. See, I tell my sons all the time, if you want to know a person's true character, just listen to what comes out their mouth and watch their actions that follow. And it's the same advice I can give to you women. But remember this, there's two sides to this, okay? Some men that talk, intentions are pure. Some men that talk have ulterior motives. Okay, so there's a distinction. And you have to be able to discern which is which. Because the men that's sincere oftentimes will alter and get over in that lane with ulterior motive when you push him and press him to be so. With the combativeness, unwillingness to cooperate. So let me ask you women, ladies, this. Those of you that consider yourself modern day women, those of you that ride that pony of feminism and independence, when you're in the house with your spouse or partner, and you get this inclination to become so opinionated, and then you want to throw all this other garbage in there, your independence and your feminist belief, and this is 2023. And I'm not like my grandmother. I'm not like my mother. So that makes you a modern day woman. I know a lot of you women have CCWs, carry pistols in your purse, still don't make you a man. So why do you challenge us like that? You can take the most dominant woman in the world and put her up against the average man. Physically, she wouldn't even stand a chance in a physical confrontation. But you say it's wrong for men to hit women, and by no means am I advocating that any man hits a woman, because I'm totally against that. But what I'm saying is, why do you come into your household so combative? You know, I didn't seen instances where you women kick off your shoes and pop your nails off, pull your wigs off, you know, and you know, you degrade a man so far. The things that you say, sometimes you don't leave no options. But that's not the train I ride on. See, my house is peaceful. It's quiet. There's tranquility here. This is my safe haven. This right here, what you see, is my safe haven. When I go to work knowing that I'm going to provide a service, to be compensated, so I can take care of my home and my family. But I don't want to be at work dealing with all those goofies, because that's what they are, both male and females. They don't matter what ethnicity they are. The majority of people I work with, in my opinion, are goofies. But I don't even want to entertain the thought of coming home to confrontation, discord, you know, ignorance, accusations, confrontation. Don't have the energy for that anymore. I want to come home, eat, shower, cuddle, make love, and go to sleep and get ready for another taskful day. You know, in the industry that I work, it requires that we work sometimes 10 to 14, sometimes longer hours. And even though the work is not real demanding, you know, it's basically just being there, we make good salaries. But after a day of that, and to come home to all that nonsense and drama, can't do it. So you women have to really decide what you want. Quit saying you want a relationship when actually you want a companionship. You just want friends with benefits, but because you're ashamed to say that around certain friends of yours or associates or family members because you don't want them to think that you're a hoe, you go under the auspices that you want a relationship and that you're diligently seeking a relationship, but you're not. You know, so let me put this on. So if any of you want to be a guest or want to call in, you have a choice to either comment. I have a comment box. You can make your comments. Be more than happy to read them. Or the website is streaming across the bottom of the page. There's the code. You have to create an account, and once it comes up on the screen, then I just click you on. Or you can send me your inbox me your email, and I can send you an invite with the link, which is basically the same thing that's on the thing. But if I'm not mistaken, this same code is the same code that's been up. So what I'm gonna do is before I leave, I'm gonna write it down. In fact, let me write it down now. So, and let's see tomorrow if it's the same code. P4 FUCC A87 E. So if this is the code, then I'm gonna post it on Facebook on my site, so you can, it'll be there. So if you ever want to be a guest, I'll put my email address there. I'll put my phone number there because I don't have a problem with giving out my phone number. Like a lot of you people hide behind these texts. I don't have a problem with giving out my phone number because if I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk. And if you can't respect that, I'll just block you. It's just that simple. And you can use these text numbers, these Google numbers, and as soon as I hear your voice, I'll block you again. So I get to that point where I start getting calls that I don't know, and there's no names attached to it. I know it's you, and I just won't answer. So it's an easy way to eliminate that. So again, you people that hide behind these texts, claim you want to be in relationships, don't want to talk on the phone, don't want to do video chat. Why do you think they invented video chat? Just like you see my face on the screen, if I'm talking to you if I'm talking to you, it's almost like being in person. You can see my body language, you can look into my eyes, you can see my facial expressions, and you know if I'm sincere, if I'm full of nonsense. But you women can't do that. You come up with every excuse because you're locked into that companionship mindset. Say I want a relationship, but no, I don't want to talk. I don't want to do a video chat. You know, I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't want this guy to know my phone. He may stalk me. A lot of you women are not that attractive for men to stalk. Seriously, you're not. So stop. I don't care about your Gucci, your Versace, your Louis Vuitton purses, and the shoes and the clothes you wear. Still don't make you appealing. And even a lot of you that have these body makeovers, it don't make you appealing. Yeah, you're eye candy, but as soon as you open that trap, it all goes away. It all goes away. Show me your beauty from the inside out, not from the outside in, because what you have, millions of other women have acquired the same thing. But see, I can honestly say that what I possess, no other man does. I can honestly say that. I can debate that and prove my point to the letter. There may be similar characteristics. There's no other man like me in the world. No. They don't dress like me. They don't talk like me. They don't act like me. But you women, man, man. Sometimes I wonder why God made us so strong. Not only do we have to deal with the world, but we have to deal with the helpmate that he provided for us that don't even want to cooperate, that don't even want to be our helpmate anymore. They want to be our rivals, our competitors. It's sad. We got 7 minutes, and then I'm gonna bring this to a close. But again, this topic was about relationship versus companionships, and I thought I would just touch on that because, like I said again, most of you women don't want relationships. You just want companions. So if that's the case, go out and get your little fluffy furry animal or one of those paw licking cats, that climbs over everything when you sleep. And hey, live your life out and die that way, lonely, not leaving any memories other than the bad choices you made when you picked those guys that you had those kids by. And even though if they're grown, you still have tarnished memories about those relationships. And you carry it like a football around with you today, running through men's lives, being disruptive, destroying things, and tearing up everything in your path because you feel that's your mission in life. Help me bring some harmony. We can't save the world, but with this platform, we can reach out and touch a whole bunch of people and change a lot of people's perspectives. That's what I'm asking for. And some of you women that's sitting here watching this show, and I'm gonna say this before I get off, it's on TikTok, Instagram, please do not hit me up with that sexual shit. I'm not even interested in that. Okay? Don't hit me up, ask me to follow you because you think I'm gonna try to date you. I'm not interested in none of that. Got on these platforms for the sole purpose of building this platform up and reaching out to you for support. That's what this platform is. Bridging the gap between Black men and Black women. Plain and simple. Creating dialogue. Getting rid of the disparity that plague our culture. If you can't get in on this because you want this to be a reality show and it's not like, I guess intelligent things are not appealing to ignorant people. So I guess that's the reason we don't have a lot of followers. Okay. But it's one thing I want to say, and I'm going to emphasize that most of you that know who Kevin Samuels was, I allowed it one time. Never again. Do not come on my podcast. Do not inbox me. Do not send me texts being disrespectful. If you do, I will Kevin Samuels your ass. Plain and simple. Besides the intellectual side, there's another side to me, just like there's a side to everybody else. I choose to be professional. I choose to be respectful and polite, courtesy and kind. I don't have to be that way. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing your boyfriends, your brothers, nobody can do about it. So with that being said, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. And I really look forward to this platform growing more and more. I leave with the hopes that one day you people will wake up and find it in your hearts to want to bridge this gap and resolve this disparity that we have in our culture between the men and women. Help me create a dialogue to reach people, to get the word out, to make this a movement. I don't believe that I'm gonna say anything on here that's gonna go spiral, okay, to get that popularity. I really don't. But this will not be a reality podcast. But we're gonna get there. I promise you that. And I'll tell you when we get there one day. I told you this was gonna come. I'm manifesting that now. Okay, I believe that in my heart. So with that, I'm gonna bring this to a close. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your understanding. Please reach one and teach one. Because at the end of the day, we are our brother's keepers. Please be safe out there. God bless you and your family. I love you all. Until next time, I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. God bless.
If it wasn't for the 9 to 5 doubled up overtime, then I could remember. If it wasn't for the Sunday All-Star Weekend game, girl, I could remember. And if it wasn't for the dough, 50 Jesus show, girl, you know that I could remember. But silly me, oh, tell me how could I ever forget to be your love?
Remember, it can be anything we choose to be. Overcome any obstacle that's set before us by the world. Happiness is not found, it's made, created. So if you want it, you have to create it. Quit reaching out and embracing things that are unconditional well-being. Okay? Remember, don't let anyone steal your happiness and your joy. Peace is the most valuable commodity I have. You are things we love. Just don't like it.